this is David with Guitar Lab, here today for lesson number 10. So today we're going to be working on something that's going to elevate our playing quite a bit, chord embellishments. So what exactly that means is we take an ordinary chord and we make a few little changes to it to make it sound more interesting or more pretty. I can give you an example of why we would use these, and then also a cajillion songs are going to use them too, so it's good that we start learning them early on. Let's just say I'm making up my own song or noodling on the guitar and I pick a couple chords like maybe a C major and an A minor, and maybe that's going to be my whole song. So what can I do to make that interesting? Well, I can strum the chords. Right, and that sounds great, but as far as like the length of a song, that can get a little uninteresting after 2-3 minutes of just strumming those same two chords. Now, if I take the same chords and I throw a few embellishments onto them, it can sound more like this. So just spices it up a little bit, makes it more fancy. So today we're going to work on 6 different chords, 3 different majors and 3 different minors that commonly have some embellishments added to them. Now I will say each time we make a little change to a chord, it does technically change the name of the chord, but right now that's not going to be super important. What we really want to learn is just how to make maneuvers while we're in the chord. So we'll just start right with that C major chord. So we've learned C major in one of the previous lessons. And if you're at this point and you don't know how to make a C major chord, I recommend going back and watching the series that brings us up to this point. So building that C major chord, we're going to look at a worksheet that's going to show the tablature of the chord with the 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. That's the tablature of the regular C chord, single strum. Now we notice on the next strum, one note's going to change. So we're going to take that 1 off, so that index finger that's on the B1 is going to be lifted. So it's going to make it an open B. Give that another strum. Next, we'll see that the 3rd fret is on the B string. So we're going to use our pinky finger, add that to the B3. So now we have ring finger on A3, middle finger on D2, pinky finger on B3. We're going to give that a strum. And then the last strum back to the regular C chord again. So let's put all 4 of these together. Strum 1, and 2, and 3, and then 4 back to the regular. Excellent. So something that we can do to practice this is take one of the strumming pattern that we learned in the previous lesson, down, down, up, down, up, and apply one full pattern to each of these shapes. And it makes that C chord sound like a song all by itself. Very beautiful sounding. All right, next we're going to take another chord that we've already learned, and that's going to be the D major chord. And that's going to be index on G2, ring finger on B3, middle finger on high E2. And we'll see in the tablature that first strum, regular D chord. And the second strum, the highlighted note that we're changing, is on the high E string. The 2 turns to a 0, which means we're just going to lift that middle finger off and strum again. If you don't hear that high E string ringing out, make sure your hand isn't bumping it on the neck. That's a very common mistake. People will be squeezing too tight and their hand bumps it. So just pull the hand away a little bit. Make sure you're hearing that high E string. And then in the 3rd strum, you'll see that the 0 is replaced with a 3. So we're going to use our pinky finger, add it to the high E3, and give that another strum. And then finally back to the regular D chord. So let's go through all 4 of those shapes. First regular D, middle finger off, pinky finger on the high E3, back to the regular D chord. There we go. Awesome. All right, let's do one more major chord. So today we're going to learn a new chord that we haven't learned yet, and that's going to be A major. So with the A major chord, we don't play the low E string. We leave the A string open, no fingers on it. We're going to put our middle finger on the D2, our index finger on the G2, and our ring finger on the B2. Makes a little triangle shape. You kind of have to tuck that pointer finger up in between the other two fingers. If you leave it too low, it's going to be hard to push down and get enough pressure to make the note sound clear. Now, some people's hands are small enough that they can line them all up, index, middle, and ring. If that works for you, that's completely fine. For myself, bigger hands or bigger handed people, we kind of have to crisscross. So middle finger up top on the D2, index on the G2, ring finger on the B2. And we strum the bottom 5 strings, and that makes an A major chord. So looking at the worksheet, we have embellishments here that we can do for the A major chord. So the first strum, regular A major. And the second strum, we see that the ring finger is lifted because that B2 turns into a B0. So we're going to lift that finger off, which I love that sound. That's one of my favorites. It's called an A sus2, not that we need to know the name, but it's a beautiful sounding chord. And then our third strum, we're going to add the 3rd fret on the B string. We're going to put our pinky down to do that. And then the final strum, right back to the regular A major. Okay, so let's go through all 4 of those. Regular A major, ring finger off, pinky finger on the B3, back to regular A major. Excellent, there we go. And then again, we can add that strumming pattern that we learned on the previous lesson and add it to each one of these individual shapes. It'll sound like this. Just making one chord sound like a song, which is really beautiful. And you know, I know that takes a lot of practice. Just take your time, one strumming pattern, pause, switch the shape, add the strumming pattern again. The more you practice it, the easier it'll be to make it cohesive and all fit together. Excellent. So we're going to look at a few of the minor chords today too, and how to do a few embellishments on the minor chords we've learned so far. So we're going to start with the A minor chord. Okay, so that chord is going to be middle finger on D2, ring finger on G2, and index finger on B1. And we strum the bottom 5 strings for the A minor chord. Nice sad sounding chord. So that's strum number 1, regular A minor. Strum number 2, the B1 becomes B0, so we're going to lift that pointer finger off, give it another strum. Strum number 3, we're adding the pinky finger to the 3rd fret of the B string, give that another strum, and then back to the regular A minor chord. So all 4 of these together, regular A minor, index off, pinky on the B3, and regular A minor. And try it with a strumming pattern. There we go, excellent. All right, next we're going to learn one new minor chord today that we haven't touched on yet, and that's going to be the D minor chord. So to build the D minor chord, we don't play the low E string or the A string. The D string we're going to play open, no fingers on it. Next, we're going to go middle finger on the G2. Then we're going to add our ring finger to the B3. And then our index finger to the high E1. It's a lot of times an awkward shape for people to make the first time, so take your time with it. And with our pick, we're going to strum the bottom 4 strings. Excellent. So now we have our D minor chord, and we're going to look at the embellishments that we can use on this. So we are going to have regular D minor for the first strum. Next, the high E string, the 1 turns to a 0. So we're going to lift that index finger off, strum again. After that, we see the 3rd fret on the high E string highlighted. So we're going to use our pinky finger, add it to the high E3. Give that a strum. And then lastly, back to the regular D minor chord. So let's go through those together. We have regular D minor. Then we have the index finger off. Pinky finger on the high E3. Back to regular D minor. There we go. Excellent. So let's try it with strumming, see how that sounds. D minor, great chord, also very sad sounding chord. So as you progress with guitar, you're going to learn that a lot of songs, when they're strumming chords, they'll use an embellishment on a chord. It's not always 2 per chord. Sometimes maybe it's 1, maybe it's 3. And the ones that I showed you today are just a few examples. It's not every possible little change that we can make to the chord, but it's enough to, if you're just playing with 1 chord, and strumming it, to start making it sound more interesting and more like music. And that can be really fun. Now, as a final step on this lesson, what I would recommend doing is picking 2 of the chords and doing all 4 embellishments with a strumming pattern per chord, and try and switch the chord using a quick chord change. And if that's difficult, remember the jumping jack process. So for example, if I was going to do C major and A major, I might have to do the jumping jacks, which we can see in one of my previous lessons. In other words, back and forth movements between these chords. But let me give you an example. If I'm playing C, I'm going to do all the embellishments with the strumming pattern. Start making beautiful music with just 2 chords and a few embellishments, adding the strumming pattern. All right, excellent. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. It's going to take some practice, but it's so worth it. So dig in and have fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next lesson. Thank you.